Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with the seventh lesson of your English Beehive book, and the name of the lesson is Pecking. This lesson is written by Jerome K. Jerome, and this has been taken from the book Three Men in a Boat. So, it is an extract from that book, Three Men in a Boat, and this is a story about Jerome and his two other friends, George and Harris. Actually, Jerome was proud of his packing skills, and he was supposed to go on a trip with his two other friends, George and Harris. So he told them to leave the whole matter of packing to himself, and they got agreed to this. So how the story goes on after this, and what things happens during their packing, and how do they complete it, that whole story is narrated in this lesson by Jerome himself. So let us start with the lesson. So the opening line of the lesson says, I said I would pack. Now I is Jerome here, and he says that he would do the packing. Actually, Jerome liked to pack the luggage for trips, and he announced that he would do the whole packing. Now, he thought that his ability to do the packing was better than others. He asked his friends, George and Harris, to leave the task of packing to him, and the two friends agreed to his offer instantly, and this was very strange for Jerome. And as Jerome took the whole responsibility of packing on himself, so the both of them, George and Harris, they were free. So George sat comfortably on a chair, and Harris bent his knees as he sat on the sofa and kept his feet on the table. Means they were sitting in a very relaxed posture. Now, by saying that he would pack, Jerome never meant that his friends would sit and relax while he would do all the work. What did he mean? He meant that he would boss upon them while they would do all the work. He thought that he would nag them, and he would like curse them for not knowing the work well, and then he would sort out the mess that they had created. And but when nothing such happened, and both of them sat very freely, so he was very much irritated to see them sitting while he did all the work. Now he recollects his memories. Something happened in the past, so he is remembering that things, that once he lived with a man who would sit lazily on the sofa all the day and watch the writer do all the work. Writer is Jerome. So the man would say that he enjoyed watching him go around doing all the work, and this made Jerome mad with anger. Jerome also says that he could not sit idle and watch others work like slaves are working. On the other hand, what did he like? He liked to check their work, walk around with his hands in his pocket, and direct them on how to do the work properly. Jerome feels that he was very energetic. And it was a part of his nature to behave in this manner. Now, when his friends George and Harris did not do anything, Jerome did not say anything to them, and he started the packing. As he closed the bag, Harris said that he had forgotten to pack the boots. Boots means shoes. So Jerome felt that Harris could have reminded him before he had closed the bag, but he thought that Harris was like that only, so he is saying it after the bag was closed. Now Harris reminds him of the boots, and after that he gives an irritating laughter, and this made Jeom more angry. Now Jeom opened the bag to keep the boots in it, and as he was about to close it, he was struck by a strange thought came to his mind, that he kept the toothbrush or not. Now he says that he never remembers if he has packed the toothbrush or not. Now Jeom here says that while traveling he always messes up with carrying his toothbrush, and he has nightmares, means bad dreams of not having packed it, and wakes up in sweat and searches for his toothbrush. Now in the morning he packs it before using it, and then unpacks the bag to get the brush and uses it. Now as it is the last thing that comes out of the bag, and as he has repacked the bag, he forgets packing it again. Now at the last moment he rushes to his room to get the brush, and finally he wraps it in a handkerchief, as the bag is already packed, and he carries it to the railway station in his hand. So this is what he usually does whenever he goes out. Now as Jeom was now looking for his toothbrush in his bag, he had to remove everything, but he could not find his toothbrush. He created a mess out of his luggage. He found that his friend's brushes are coming in his hands many times, but he could not find his own brush. Then he kept everything back into the bag one by one, shaking each item, that if the toothbrush has gone inside any item, it would come out. And finally, where did he find his toothbrush? He found the toothbrush inside a boot, inside the shoes. Then once again he repacked the whole bag. Now, when Jeom closed the bag, George asked Jeom if the soap was there inside it. Now, Jeom got impatient at this, and he replied that he wasn't concerned if it was there or not. And he closed the lid and strapped and closed the bag. Then he realized that he has packed his spectacles into the bag only, and he had to open the bag again now. Now finally the bag was closed at 10:05 p.m. The timing is given that at 10:05 p.m. the bag was closed, and after that they had to pack the food baskets. Harris said that as they were left with less than 12 hours to leave, they should pack the baskets also now only. Then Harris decided that the food baskets would be packed by him and George. George and Harris would now pack the food baskets. Now Jeom agreed to take his turn for some rest while his friends packed the baskets. Now George and Harris started packing the hampers in a very happy and good mood. They wanted to show Jeom that they could also do packing very well. Now Jeom waited for them to make some mistake or create some mess, because he considered that Harris was the worst packer in the whole world. Now Jeom looked at the piles of plates, cups, kettles, bottles, jars, pies, cakes, tomatoes, which needed to be packed into the hampers. Now he thought that as the boys means both of them, Harris and George, would create all the mess, then it would be very interesting thing to watch. Now as Harris and George started packing, the scene became very interesting, as in the starting only they broke a cup. Now Jeom says that they broke the cup to indicate that they could do that too, and to make the things interesting. Now then again they started their work, and Harris placed the jar of strawberry jam on the top of the tomatoes. And as the jar was placed on tomatoes, the tomatoes were squeezed by the jar, and then they removed the damaged tomato with the help of the spoon. Then again, next, what did George do? George stepped on the butter. He put his feet on the butter. Now Jerome remained silent, and he was just sitting on the edge of the table and watching all the things happen. As he was sitting very silently, so his silence irritated his friends. They became very nervous and stepped on the things. They were stamping on the food items placed here and there. They kept the things behind them, and later, when they wanted them, they could not find the things. They placed the pies on the bottom and kept some heavier food items or containers on that particular pies, and it smashed or spoiled the pies as well. Now, these Harris and George, they overturned the can of salt on everything. There was a can in which salt was filled, and it was overturned, and the salt fell on everything. Now, Jerome says that they created a lot of confusion with a small piece of butter. He had not seen anyone create so much mess with such small piece of butter that was worth only 1 or 2 pence, means it was very small piece. But George, what did they do with that piece of butter? So George removed it from his sleeper as he stepped on butter, so the butter stuck on his sleeper. So George first tried to remove it from his sleeper, and he tried to put it into the kettle. So as he was unable to do that, he placed it on a chair, and Harris sat on that chair on which butter was placed. Now the butter stuck to him. When he stood up, and both the boys went around the room, and they were looking for the butter. And where was the butter? Butter was stuck on Harris' back. Now, George looked intently at the empty seat on which he placed the butter a few minutes ago, and he took an oath, means he did a promise of truthfulness that he had placed it here only and not even a minute ago, and now where it has gone. Now, once again, they searched it in the whole room, and they met it in the middle of the room empty handed, because the butter was nowhere in the room, but it was on Harris' back. Now, George said that the disappearance of the butter was the most amazing thing that he had known. Now, Harris, they are discussing such things, but they could not find out that butter was there on his back. Harris said that the disappearance of the butter was a mystery. George saw the butter sticking on Harris' back, and then finally they said that it had been there all his while they were searching in the room. Now, Harris turned around and asked where it was. Now, George flew to Harris' back and asked him to stand still. Then they removed the whole butter, and then they packed it inside the teapot. Now, in the meanwhile,